Welcome, my name is David Hunt. You know me as the host of America in Crisis. Today we're going to do a different type of show. Heroes. What is a hero? A hero can be different things to many different people. To the elderly, it could be a caregiver. To an adult, it could be a coworker that just closed the big contract. Yet to other adults, it could be our favorite quarterback that just won the big game. To a child, the answer is much simpler. The child of the world of fantasy and reality are the same. The heroes are Captain America, Spider-Man, Batman, Supergirl, Black Panther, Superman, Star-Lord, Spider-Man, Thor, and dozens more. A hero can be defined as someone that selfishly takes time out of their day to help others. Our guests are not seeking fame or fortune. Her reward is seeing a child who is spending his final days at the hospital smile, simply because he met his favorite superhero. I was so impressed with what I saw, I wrote to the show just to have her. Brianna Leonardo and Steve Stora are the founders of Heroes for Hire New England. They're here today as our guests. Brianna, welcome to our show.
Hello everyone, thank you for having me.
Steve, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
When did you start Heroes for Hire?
Oh, we actually started it around October of 2018. So we are all like friends or mutual friends, and we know each other from the convention scene. We dress up anyway just for ourselves. And then we were invited to do an event with the Children's Services of Roxbury, their Peace of Mind event. And so I worked with them previously as a freelancer, just doing Supergirl for them. And then I decided it would be a really cool idea to have a bunch of other heroes there for the kids, especially since Supergirl was a big hit. So we all reached out to each other, did that one event, and then realized we really liked doing it. And we got a lot of good feedback from the people attending the event. So we decided to form a group after that.
And what heroes do you play?
So I do Supergirl and I do Starfire.
Starfire? What's Starfire? Who's Starfire?
Oh, she's actually from Teen Titans. She is the alien who's just trying to figure out she's just trying to figure out how Earth goes, learning the English language, and she's just very quirky and cutesy and always wants peace and love and happiness.
You know, tell us about yourself. Who are you in real life? What do you do?
Okay, so I just graduated from UMass Boston. I have a major in biology and a minor in cognitive science and psychology. And so I worked in a lab doing biomedical engineering, and now I work at Harbor Point, and I'm currently seeking employment to get a hospital position because my goal is to get MD, PhD, and get into pediatric medicine.
Now, Heroes for Hire, what do you provide? How many superheroes do you have?
We have about 36 to 40, roughly. Yeah.
And can you name some of the heroes you provide for the public?
Oh yeah, so we have a lot. We have the Avengers, which are a big hit. We have Thor here, Captain America, Black Widow, Captain Marvel. We also have the Justice League, so we have Batman, we have Green Lantern, we have the Flash. We also have other series as well, like the Incredibles. We have the Incredibles family. Okay. We have the Into the Spider-Verse, which is really popular now with the kids as well, with Miles and Spider-Gwen. Okay. And we also have Miraculous, which is popular more with the younger female crowd as well, and Power Rangers as well, which is a huge highlight. People are really impressed that we have so many different helmeted heroes as well.
Steve, you play Thor, I take it. I see the hammer.
Yeah, I also do Ant-Man.
Okay. Which one do you like doing better?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I do like both, but I'll have to say I'd like to do Thor more because I get to talk to people. With Ant-Man, I'll have the helmet on and people can't hear me under the muffling and whatnot.
In fact, when I saw you on you were the one that was on WCVB. Yeah. People thought the costume was real and looked so authentic. Yeah. And you can actually deflate and inflate.
Yeah, they thought I can shrink. I once had like a little kid be like, "Can you enlarge right there?" I'm like, "I can't because it'll destroy the whole world or something."
Now I understand in March you had 30 events you were mentioning.
Yeah, about 30 to 25 at the moment when you contacted us, but then we have 30.
What are some of the events you do? What are some of the other things you do first?
We also did an event with Children's Services of Roxbury at a Christmas event. We also did the Special Olympics in Worcester, and we also did
the one in Cambridge.
One in Cambridge.
Weekend. And then we also do like the walks around Boston as well. We do the Walk for Hunger. We're doing the Congenital Heart Disease Walk in Danvers that's coming up. And so we also go and do house visits as well to families who have kids who are extremely sick, and sometimes it's harder for us to meet them in the hospital because of all the paperwork, so we visit them in their house before they have the surgery or sometimes after. And we also reach out to shelter families as well and do events
We just
there.
did an event in, what is it, Kingston with Bright Horizon.
Okay, we're gonna throw a couple of pictures up on the monitor if you could tell us what's going on in some of the pictures. What's going on here? Where are we?
So this was actually the Walk for Hunger event that we did in Boston. This was actually at Checkpoint 5, which was the 12-mile checkpoint.
Okay.
Everyone thought we walked there. We were kind of pampered a little bit. We got a bus ride, which is not very heroic, but it was fun meeting all the different people at the different checkpoints and
I was
congratulating
there. I was
them.
all the way in the back.
So basically, you guys pulled a Rosie on us.
Yes, exactly.
I ran. Okay, I see the costumes you have look quite lavish. Who pays for these?
Ourselves, basically.
You do?
Yeah. We all have full-time jobs, and we love to volunteer. Usually, all our volunteer from our full-time jobs go into buying our costumes too.
Yep.
So who's this guy in green?
That's our green Dino Power Ranger. That's our member Cliva. He loves doing a lot of events, and it's really cute seeing all the little kids come up to him and doing the Power Ranger poses with him and getting excited because especially Power Rangers, they're not as common in the child entertainment industry. So with party bookings, so kids get really excited that they actually get to see one in real life.
I see Autism Sprinter. What is that about?
So we work with all different types of children. So we work with Down syndrome children as
Okay.
well through Down Syndrome Society of Rhode Island. We also work with kids with autism. So this is Autism Sprinter, and they do events. They have a hike and a walk coming up as well. And we also work with Compassion.
Okay.
Compassion tries to make neurosensory friendly events for families to be able to feel comfortable to bring their kids there and
Yeah,
to
I've
have a
heard
great
about
time.
that, yes.
Yep, and then we also work with Autism Eats, who have dinners for families with kids with autism, so they can feel comfortable going out in a public setting with their
A lot of
children.
times just a loud noise will set them off and people don't realize what's
Exactly.
not bad to you might be bad to them and a trigger.
Exactly.
It's so good that they have an organization out there that realizes this and makes the public aware of it. What else do we have coming up on rotation here? Who are these?
So this was me. This was actually at the St. Patrick's Day Festival that was in Weymouth. So we did the parade there, and I believe it was the first parade that they had there. And so they were really excited to see,
That's
like,
in my hometown.
yeah. They were really excited to see us actually go and be a part of the parade, especially since it was their first one, having it such a big hit.
And we might have another one coming up.
Ooh.
Who is this?
I don't know who that guy is. Oh, that's me.
Where were you in this?
I was recently at Boston Fan Expo, where I was walking around with one of our fellow members who does Black Panther, and I saw a picture of old Ant-Man, and I was like, oh, take a picture with the new Ant-Man.
Yeah.
It's very nice. So does anybody help you out with the price of the costumes? It's all on you guys.
All in all.
It's all on
Yep.
you.
Some of our
Sadly.
members, yeah, I know, so sad. Some of our members actually construct their own costumes from scratch, which some people think is incredible. Like we have a Rocket Raccoon. So Amanda actually constructed her whole costume itself, this giant fur suit with all its props and weapons. Our Iron Man actually made his costume himself.
Okay.
So it's pretty incredible with the hands lighting up and everything. So we do have people who sit there and take time to build these costumes and make them as accurate as possible.
I noticed, Steve, have you done hospital visits before yourself?
I have not recently yet.
Have you had a chance to?
I'm looking to get a chance to, hopefully in the near future.
Yep, our Batman is the one who usually ends up
Yep.
doing a lot of the hospital visits because he has more free time in his schedule.
What's it like when he goes in for a kid?
Oh, he loves it. Like it's a really great experience. Or even us in general, whenever we saw a kid, like when we did the house visit as well in New Hampshire, that was like a really great experience to actually sit there and like get a child excited, give them some type of hope. We take pictures, we give them like prints that they can hang in their hospital room, like another child we did. We made a banner with signed photos of us, and they feel so special that they get special.
So for the
gifts
rest
from
of his
us.
life, you got the chance to meet a superhero. It's a special moment to him. Now, the way I found you guys, you were both featured on Channel 5 WCVB Boston, didn't you, on 5 for Good. What was it like to be on Channel 5?
It was a good experience. Like we weren't intending to be on it, but we got contacted by Children's Services of Roxbury.
Yep. It was really great. I like seeing like the amount of love and appreciation we got from people, because we were kind of just doing it ourselves, not really, you know, having people notice, just showing up to events. So it was like really cool that we're like, wow, like people feel like that impacted, where they asked us to do an interview, which is something we didn't expect. And then we also liked the hype it got for the group as well, so that more people knew about us to ask us to do events, which was, we just like that publicity for that reason, that people contacted us immediately and were like, can you do this event? Can you do this event? And sometimes it's weird because sometimes we're at an event and people are like, are you guys Heroes for Hire New England? I saw you on TV, so I'm not used to that. It's kind of weird.
Oh, trust me, I'll be flooding you with requests. When we're off camera.
Yeah, that's okay. We love requests.
I get you for the month of September.
Yeah.
Book me in.
We're so ready.
Yeah, we have bookings right now available, so yeah, take up our September.
So anyway, you guys did Relay for Life. I mean, not personally, the other characters came on. I'd like to know what it was like for Relay for Life, but you know, instead of talking in studio, let's just take a little trip through the magic of television.
And we're live out of studio. Quick wardrobe change. We have with us 4 of our members from Heroes for Hire. You are, sir.
I'm Jalen.
And when you're not, what's your character? You are.
I'm Spider-Man.
What's all this with Spider-Man? I see new toys.
These are just some legs that Mr. Stark helped me build.
Great, and what do you do when you're not out saving the world?
When I'm not saving the world, I'm actually at Starbucks working.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Okay, how long have you been with Heroes for Hire?
just about a year.
And what made you want to come on and help us?
I just really enjoy making people smile, making the kids smile, bringing happiness to everyone, so I decided to come out.
That's great. I see we have Black Panther, I believe.
Yep.
And what you in real life? Who are you, sir?
Marcos is my real name.
Marcos. And what do you do in real life?
I am actually this in real life. This is all I do. I am a self-made man. I'm not a student. I don't have a job. I do this full time.
That's great. You do hospital visits, I take it?
I do, actually. I do hospital visits. I do birthday parties, stuff like that, all around.
What's it like? What's it like for a kid to see a superhero come and tell us?
It's literally the best thing in the world. And when I'm doing Black Panther and I take the mask off and they think I'm actually Chadwick Boseman, they go even more crazy.
I see the resemblance.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, thank you. And your character, you are
I'm Iron Man.
Iron Man. Okay. And your real name?
Yes, my real name is Jason.
Jason. And what do you do in real life when you're now saving the world?
I am a computer programmer for a medical software company.
Oh, that's awesome. How long have you been with Heroes for Hire?
For only about 7-8 months.
Nice. And do you build your own costume, or does this come with?
Yes, I built this. This took from April to October of last year to construct.
Looks like a lot of work.
A little bit.
And have you done hospital visits?
No, but it was one of the things that I had in mind when I was building this suit. Not just to wear it for Halloween or to wear it for things like that, but to go to a hospital where there's kids who can't leave the room. Superhero shows up and their eyes just get huge and smiles, and
So you decided to come to the Relay for Life today and have the kids meet this superhero.
yeah, I mean that's all the payment in the world is seeing the smile on the little kids' faces.
Okay, let's see if I get this one right. It looks like Star-Lord, am I right?
Yes, you are
I
right.
got one right, okay. And you are?
My name is Connor, and I am a trade student at MTTI going for electrical.
And what made you decide to join Heroes for Hire? How did you find out about the group?
Here's for Hire, a group of us were just getting together. I was just spitballing for an event that happened last winter. It was a gingerbread house competition. And from there, it spiraled down. Jalen and myself were one of the founding members of the group. It was always been fun to do this sort of thing with everybody.
No, that's great. You can bring real happiness to people in this world, especially to the kids. Well, I want to thank our 4 characters for coming today. They have lives to save. They're going back to Relay, and through the magic of television, I'll be back in studio.
And we're back. Looks like we were such a hit back out there. Now, when I contacted you for Relay, you didn't know I had a TV show. I called you as one of the representatives of Relay, told you what I needed. Right away, you volunteered. I mean, to me, that's a hero. This group gets absolutely nothing for it. They got a little recognition, but there they are, coming out, helping out other events. When we do Relay, we want to make it as fun for people, get some people out there, get the characters out there, and make it nice for children. And they came out on one phone call to help us out. I mean, that's the definition of a hero. They didn't get anything for it. They didn't know we were going to come in on a TV show. But I thought after they were so nice to do this, and after speaking to Brianna so many times, and sort of committing to other events I'm going to have coming up very shortly. Oh yeah. I said, I wanted to bring her out so she can show basically the world what she does, and we appreciate it. So, Black Panther. Let's talk about Black Panther for a minute. Why is it so important to have heroes that basically are in need of all groups, gender, religion, just different ethnicities, different people of color? Why is it so important they have heroes that represent them? I know in the past everything was all one type. Why is it so important to be so inclusive nowadays?
Gives the kids kind of the hope for to better themselves as heroes. See, for Black Panther, it gave everybody hope that, oh, he looks like me.
Yeah.
I actually saw the movie Black Panther. I actually loved the movie. It was
Yeah,
great.
it was an amazing
But to a
film.
young kid, everything is Superman, Batman. There's nothing that he can grow up to. He has a hope for.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, we've actually heard comments where I've had kids come to me from the shelters and other events we've done, and then they see, like, when they see a Black Panther or a Miles, and then when they see them take off the mask and then see have the, you know, the skin color that's just like them, we've actually heard comments be like, I finally get to meet a hero that looks just like me. And I
that's
feel
so
like that's very
important.
powerful, that they're not just meeting, like, you know, us, like, you know, they can look up to us, but they actually have someone that's representative of their own group, their own identity, and then seeing that same person that's a reflection of themselves being so great, so looked up upon, and then they can visualize themselves in that same position.
And it's so important to be inclusive nowadays. I mean, I know on the show on Supergirl on television, they have a character that's an actual transgender. It's so important that so many people are represented, saying, you know, anybody can be a superhero.
Yep.
It gives everybody hope that somewhere out there that everybody's represented regardless of the color of your skin or what you believe in. And
Yeah.
that's so important nowadays,
I think.
that
Yeah.
nobody's left out.
Yeah, and we try really hard to work towards that too, because if you think about it, you could have someone who is not a person of color be under Black Panther and Miles, because if they never take it off, you won't know. But we just like to have them like be unmasked and still be
Yeah.
accurate to the character, so the kids are like, okay, like that really does look like me in a way.
Gives them a little bit of hope. There's
No,
still,
exactly. Now, you play Supergirl, another female character. Why is it so important now that Hollywood recognizes females as characters? Other than we had Wonder Woman back then, and you had Batgirl. Why is it so important? Do you feel that more people are being represented?
I feel like in the past decade, yes, because especially like Captain Marvel was the highest grossest film in Marvel and all those things like that. I feel like, yes, there's more representation, but I still think we're not fully there yet, because as a female who runs the group, I do get a lot of backlash when sometimes people get surprised that they speak to me and a girl picks up the phone and they are like, oh, I thought a guy ran this group. Or we had, unfortunately, an event that we were doing, and the only heroes advertised were only the males. The female cast wasn't listed, and when I asked them about that, they were just kind of like, well, you know, like, because those characters are more popular and they sell more tickets, but that's still like not okay as well, because that's kind of saying that like the females can't sell as many tickets in a way.
So we just forget about them. We don't care about appealing to the females out there. Everyone
Yeah.
should appeal to everybody. You should have characters for men, characters for the girls, different characters of color. I mean, it should be everybody appealing, not leaving somebody out. Where's their hope for their hero?
Yeah, no, it's true.
And
And
I
then
see things changing. I mean, just with the diversity of the characters you guys brought in that would appeal to everybody. I mean, why should one group get left out because you don't have a hero representing them?
that's true. And the girls get excited too. Like, they get really excited that they get to see female heroes as well. And then like I said on the Channel 5 interview, I've actually had a little girl, and she came up to me and she's like, oh, Supergirl, the boys always tell me that I'm weak. How can I be strong? And then we had like a conversation about like girl power and how all females are also strong and powerful too, like her mom and stuff. And she was like really happy to hear that. So I think it means a lot to hear that from someone that they see in a cave, because I'm sure that they get to hear that, but when you hear it from someone who you think is like super strong and powerful, I think it means a lot to them as well.
It should be about the almighty dollar. The bottom line is these events, you're out here to have fun. Yes, it's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
But the almighty dollar shouldn't be, I'm going to bring in this character because they're going to make more money. If you're bringing a wide variety in, let it appeal. Let everybody be represented. I don't get it, why it's all down to the buck. And you're not charging, so what's the difference? You're appealing to everybody.
Yeah, that's true too. I just think it's because like for the length of history of comics, it has been white male hero dominated.
Yeah.
So I just think because of like that tradition, people when they think of a hero, they still associate a white male and stuff. But with the new movies coming out, I think that's really helping a lot with that as well. And it's really at least giving kids something to look up to as well, that now it's in their media as well, not just in the recent comics, but in a way that they can easily watch it and visualize it as well.
What is you've done so many events. What are some of your favorite moments? And we have some time to go on with this. So,
Yeah.
what are name us some of the moments? What kid comes up to you? What's some of your favorite memorable moments?
I think one of my favorite funny moments though is when I did an event and then some little girl really thought I was Supergirl from the CW show, and she started giving me love advice. And she was like, "Why did you dump James? Why didn't you just stay with like Mon-El's terrible and blah blah blah." And she was like telling me like, "I think this guy," and she even started saying some really horrible words. But she literally came up to me and was like, "Why are you with Mon-El? He's a threw me off that a 5-year-old dropped that word."
I hope you can read lips because that's going to get edited out.
But like, it was so cute. But she was literally telling me like who I should be with. She's like, "I don't want to see you in any more episodes with him," and she was getting so sassy. I loved it.
Do any people really believe you are the character? And what do you do in that situation?
Oh, we try to, so we role play as much as possible. Like, so kids ask you questions like, "Where's Superman?" Blah, blah, and we always have a way of staying true to the character and answering those as much as possible. So even something crazy like, "Oh, can you fly? I want you to fly right now." I'm just like, "Oh, there's no crime though. Like, why would I fly? It doesn't make sense." And then they're like, "But I want to see you fly."
For Ant-Man, I always get, "Where's the wasp? Where's why can't you shrink? Why can't you get enlarged?" I can't do it here because it's
Didn't bring my batteries today.
I didn't bring my batteries. I don't have my ants. Like, "Where's your ants?" I'm like, ugh. And sometimes with Thor, I get, "Where's Loki? Where's your brother?" And I'm like, "Somewhere on Asgard or something, I guess."
Did it ever like trip you up when they ask a question about the character you just can't answer?
All the time.
Yeah, that's true. Because there's some kids who know like every single episode moment. And so like we are obviously big fans of our shows, but sometimes they ask like really specific questions and I have to sit there and think about it.
They can.
Yeah, I just do the whole like, "Why don't you tell me about it? Like, what do you think about it?" And things like that, try to reverse it.
What are some of your favorite moments?
My favorite moment, I believe it was at the, which one was it? There's so many events I've done. I have two of my favorite moments. One of them was at I believe, it was funny. I was at a Christmas party for one of the events we did, and I took my mask off to breathe, and one of the kids goes, "I see your face, you're not the real person." And I'm like, and then we talked, and he remembered me from the last event I did it in Peace of Mind. And the other one was I was at KidsCon in New Hampshire, where we were doing a costume contest, and there was a little kid who was very shy who was dressed up as Gene Simmons.
Okay.
And I was admiring how great he looked. And I was like, "Oh," and I was one of the judges, and I picked him, and it made me so happy. And then his mother came up, and was like, "Oh, he was so nervous about everything," and I'm like, I was like a kid like that. I was little.
If we could throw up the picture of Relay up on the monitor if possible. Just a quick question about Relay. This is the first time they came out to the Woburn Relay for Life. Why is it so important for something like the American Cancer Society that you guys would come out to something like this?
I think it makes the events that we do like very family friendly. And it makes like the kids excited to like go to these events, like because sometimes there's some charity events and they kind of use us to like draw in the public, but that's just because if the kids are excited to go to volunteer events, you know, that just like would like foster a new generation of people who would like to help back when their earliest memories are of them having like the best time of their life at a charity event or doing a walk for cancer. And it also draws attention to that issue because they're like, "Wait, superheroes support this too? Like maybe I should care about cancer and issues like that."
Now, Steve mentioned to me this can't be all fun and games all the time. Are there any bad things that happen, bad experiences?
So,
Other people wanting you to shrink?
Yeah, that's some of the bad parts. Like there's some bad parts where we get where sometimes the kids would hit us because sometimes superheroes can do a lot of damage, but there's a lot of times where we have to go to use the restroom. If we have to do a little break where we'll be like, oh, we'll be right back, and then we'll get stopped by another child or parent, or it gets tough sometimes being a hero.
yeah.
What about any moments to you that are ever disturbing? People get carried away with the character?
Yeah, I think that happens a lot with aggression because heroes are always fighting bad guys. A lot of kids associate sometimes heroes with fighting and aggression, and so we'll have kids who are actually trying to like fight us. Or I've been hit with a bat multiple times and being like, "Are you really made of steel?"
Oh yeah.
And then you're like, "You can't hit. That's not okay. We don't hit our friends," and things like that. And we had to like try to teach them. But yeah, that's always like the hard part. Is sometimes they think you're so much in character, they just like want to fight you because they don't think it hurts you, and it's hard for them to recognize that we're still people, and we try to use that to teach them to be like kind to their friends.
What about a public to and from events? You mentioned today you were down having trouble with the T. Do you have anything funny stories when you're on coming in?
Yeah.
Other than fixing the red line this morning, you could have helped out.
Yeah.
We always get asked all the time. It's like, oh, why wasn't, like, for our Batman, I was in the Batmobile already. Why are you in the Batmobile? It's like, because the Batmobile is broken. Or they ask me when I'm Ant-Man, I'm like, oh, how come you didn't get here in ants? I'm like, it's spring. Spring the ants are not out yet. Or winter.
Yeah, our spider people, so they actually are very flexible, which makes them really good Spider-Man and Spider-Gwen, because they can like bend around, do like splits and crawl around a little bit. And so whenever we take the MBTA, especially our Spider-Man Miles, his name is Jalen.
Please tell us that story about him hanging off in the
he hangs off the railing, he climbs around. I have to watch him because if I don't, he'll climb up a statue in a public area and be like, you can't do that, even though you can't though. Like, you can't do that. So that's always fun. And sometimes we scare people too. Like our Batman was just like standing and someone went in the T on their phone and didn't realize and screamed bloody murder and then went over and hugged him, but it was the funniest reaction.
So do you have any final words for our viewers before you go into closing?
Okay, I just wanted to say that we are not the only heroes that go to all our events. We appreciate everyone who coordinates the events, spends time putting it together, and all that other like behind the scenes stuff who make all these events successful. And we want to thank all the families and the children and everyone who supported our group thus far by giving us our kind words, by inviting us to events, and always being there to support us.
Steve?
Stay true to yourself and keep the hope. And Excelsior.
If people wanted to contact your organization, what's the best way to contact them?
Yep, so we actually have a Facebook page. It's Heroes for Hire New England. You can message that page, and we also have our email, which is heroes and then the number 4 hire001@outlook.com. That's the best way to ask us if you want us to come
Which
around.
we'll have all that at the bottom of the screen when we're viewing. Before I go into the closing, I don't know if this is going to come out good on TV, but you'd mentioned to me, you guys, Woburn Daily Times ran an article on Heroes for Hire through the Relay for Life with this photo. Of course, we have to thank Jim Haggerty, the editor, for putting it on front page. You asked for a copy of it. I want to do something a little bit different, so hopefully this comes out good on camera.
Oh my gosh, it's like Ellen. Yeah.
I'd like to present you with this
Oh,
for all
thank
the help you gave and for what you do for people.
Oh, thank you. This is so nice. I love it. Yeah, this is like way better than just a newspaper, right? Thank you.
Okay. I would like to thank our guests, Brianna Leonardo and Steve Storer Jr. of Heroes for Hire New England, for appearing today and for making kids' dreams come true. If you're looking for a real-life superhero, look no further. We have 2 of them sitting right here. I'd like to thank the amazing staff of Woburn Public Media Center for making this production possible, especially Lauren, my producer, and all the work she did in the field when we bounced over to Relay Live. All the members of the staff, our directors, our camera people, and everyone that makes these shows possible. My name is David Hunt. Thank you for watching, and shortly we'll be back to another America in Crisis. Again, thank you for watching that also.